So,
I don't think... yes?
are you ready to start?
I'm not entirely certain why we're here. We could have done this anywhere else, at the daycare. Be more specific. Because it seems more friendly than this white room.
Son, you good in there?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Alright. The reason we're doing this here is because this needs to be a little bit more official rather than informal. I have some serious questions that I need answering.
Well, I'll provide any answers as best to my abilities.
Good. First question. How did you build the thing that you built to catch Eclipse?
The, barrier things. Oh, yes. Tricky that. Technically, I built it, but it also wasn't me. It was during the time of which my mind was not of my own. I'm not sure how to say this, had built blueprints of how to drain magic and capture oneself, essentially. It was a bit, if I remember, tricky? Not really. I don't quite remember off the top of my head, of course. So long ago and hard to even think about. I just followed the blueprints, the directions almost to the exact degree.
So, he had blueprints for both an anti-magic barrier and a magic conversion barrier.
Maybe it was in the hopes, or in the off chance that you had returned. Granted, you wouldn't be as powerful, but you would, since you don't have the star, but you still had some magic on your side.
Okay. So he had a blueprint for both of those. And did you yourself know how to connect them, or was there a blueprint for that as well?
It was more already connected via the blueprints. I simply followed the pages. It was like making IKEA furniture, except it makes more sense than IKEA furniture instructions.
Okay. You see, I find that a little hard to believe, because there are blueprints for the arcade machines.
Right.
Yet you haven't fixed a single one of those.
Correction, I have fixed a couple, I just haven't fixed the lot of them. And to be honest, the arcade machines are a bit trickier to repair, especially when, I deal with new materials for that machine thing, and the arcade itself, well, children spill drinks and sodas and stuff in all sorts of things in the coin slot. I one time found a popcorn kernel in there. I don't even know how they managed to get a popcorn kernel inside the coin slot. Bruh. It's tricky because we're dealing with newer materials versus fixing up and prepping up a new arcade. Sometimes the children disrepair an arcade to such an extent it's, I'd say, irreparable, to be honest.
Okay.
Unless I soldered a whole new system, but I don't really like soldering.
Okay. How did you know Eclipse was going to come to you?
I had to hazard a guess. It only made sense that after I had escaped, or you had helped me escape, that he'd probably try to ascertain where or what he would do to me. He wasn't going to leave me alone. He doesn't leave you or your brother alone. It only made sense that he'd probably come after me. Or Solar.
So did you only build one of that machine?
Only the one. I was sort of planning to make another one if he did start showing up a bit more, but I honestly just got lucky.
Lucky. Okay.
That's the best I can describe it.
Do you think Ruin's assumption that you built him is unreasonable?
Eclipses, you mean?
Yes, Eclipses. Apologies, you're both technically Eclipse.
I completely understand. We have like 3 of the same people at this point. Actually, 4. 4 of the same people at this point. I do think it's a bit of a baseless ideology. He's trying to find out what or who made him, and trying to do so through any channel he sees fit. Let's take a step back. If it wasn't me who was here, who else would you've chosen? Solar? You? Sun?
Well, no, I wouldn't have picked Sun, because Sun doesn't know how to build animatronics at all.
Yeah. My point still is, he would have selected somebody else, even if I wasn't here or if I was dead.
You see,
I think...
I acknowledge that.
Mm-hmm.
But he went to you twice. He kidnapped you once, and then broke into our home, into your little office space, operation location.
I'm aware. And perhaps in his deluded mind, he thinks he has this... Maybe he's right. I'm not going to sit here and say I built him. I didn't build him. But I have nothing to say. There's no proof that I didn't build him, because this doesn't exist.
Okay. What if you didn't build him, but the other you did?
At what point could he have, then?
There was a lot of missing time that you don't remember. A lot of time that me and Son don't even have accounts for. Even if we found a blood moon and asked him, I doubt he'd have accounts for it.
In that case, I can't help you. I find it very difficult to access my memories during my inebriation. I have no assertion or way to prove or disprove your claims.
So, if you're completely innocent, there shouldn't be a problem with you letting me completely scrub through your entire memories.
Of course. Though granted, I'd prefer to be a bit more comfortable.
You have no hesitation to let me scrub through your entire life.
I'm afraid of finding things that I may not want to remember. I know I've already said it 1,000 times, but I do rather forget my others' past. But if it's a certainty that it will help you with trusting me, then so be it.
Okay. Son, you got any question?
Are you still there fully? Like, you mean as in, like I'm not, like he's not taken over again? Yes. Of course I'm still here. Well, I mean, obviously I'm still here. I haven't had any lapses in episodes, or I haven't had an episode, I guess. The only thing that's happened is me being knocked out and being laid on the floor.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I suppose that's the only episode I've had where I don't remember anything. I want you to know that I want you all to trust me deeply. I have no reason to do this. And if I did build him, I don't know why I would have trapped him, or even let you take me here.
You would have...
What was it called again?
You would have done both of those things to try and regain the trust that you seemed to have acquired from us. And I'm going to be immediately frank with you. I do not trust you.
Is there a reason?
I don't trust damn near anybody. Son can confirm that. I trust my family.
I was hoping I could at least be friends with you lot. I know we never really got off on the wrong foot. I mean, considering what I was.
I do not trust you, and that will not change. And after this is done, and I will tell you, you are going to be watched like a hawk, and at the slightest hint that something has gone wrong, I will find you.
I don't see why I'm being warranted threats right now.
Ruin, out of everybody that has interacted with Eclipse, the creator, by all accounts for what Eclipse has done with his new body, makes no sense to have been made by him. Solar wouldn't implement these little games either, and they're nonsensical. In all honesty, you are the only one that makes any fathomable sense, unless there's somebody that we have not met. The games, the little idiosyncrasies, and the level at which Eclipse is at all makes sense for you, whether that is you or the other you. Now, if you did not make Eclipse now, with this newfound lease on life that you have been given with the cure, then the other you made him, and I will apologize thusly. But until I can verify that the other you did this, you are going to be watched as if you are a homicide suspect. Because if Eclipse would have been allowed to keep running around, I think we all know somebody was going to end up dead.
I just want to get this straight. I helped you capture Eclipse, and now I'm the one that's going to be interrogated for this.
Yes.
Is this how you typically thank people?
I don't think that the most notorious entity that has plagued me, my brother, and the rest of my family being captured in, what, son, a month? About a month.
About?
I don't think him being caught in a month makes any warranted sense. And you, an individual who never interacted with him, do not know his
Perhaps I just had a different perspective compared to you.
No, that's not how he works.
But fine. If you wish to somehow justify it to yourself, I shall sit here and wait.
Okay, so
Is there anything else you wish to ask?
I will ask that if you have been lying to me and my family, that you fess up to it now. Because if you fess up to it now, I can promise that whatever punishment you will receive won't lead to your death.
I haven't been lying.
Then you have nothing to worry about. If you are as innocent as you proclaim, you have nothing to worry about. You can leave.
Can you just give me a moment to think with my thoughts?
Sure.
Moon?
Yeah.
Bit harsh, don't you think?
He needed harsh. I'm not beating around the bush with this anymore.
Okay. It's just that, I don't know. Look, I agree it was strange and all. I don't know.
I understand that it's a lot, and I did just completely drop a bombshell on him. But I'm done beating around it. We are going to get our answers, one way or another. And if it is him, well, just proves that there's only one Eclipse that's worth a damn, and that's solar.
Okay. What do we do with this stuff, though? Do we just leave it here, or...
Oh yeah, no, this is owned by the government.
When did we get access to this stuff?
I rented it.
You can rent stuff from... Of course you can rent stuff from the government.
No, you can't legally. I signed in as another...
Then how did you rent it?
I signed in as somebody else. All the cameras are off aside from the ones we're using right now. Nothing's recording.
Are you, around?
I guess I'm going back in. Hi.
Hello, I'm just wondering, because I am agreeing to this whole mind scrubbing thing, or whatever it is. When or where are we going to do this at?
I'll do that when I see fit.
Alright.
Again, if you're as innocent as you claim, it shouldn't be necessary.
I thought it was necessary to understand if I am or not innocent.
It is necessary
It's not anymore.
for the sanctity of my own self. And again, if I'm wrong, I will apologize profusely, and you can receive anything you would like from me. But I will commit this mind scrub, as you called it, when I'm ready. And until then, you are going to be watched like a hawk, as well as your systems.
I won't. I will not be doing anything. Watching the systems things. You going to install like a chip in me, or?
You act as though Fazbear doesn't have every charging station in this entire facility connected to something that checks our systems.
Yes, they do.
No, they do.
Fazbear actually keeps track of that. If they can't afford enough arcade machine parts to replace everything.
Correct. Welcome to Fazbear. Fazbear? Oh, Fazbear. They're a bunch of pieces of shit.
I forget how bad Fazbear is.
Yeah, they're bad. Anyway, you can leave whenever you want.
I believe I'm going to go ahead and do. Which door do I, the front, the one you're looking at. Got it.